Good morning. Well, it's morning time for me. Hopefully you're watching this in the morning. Hello, beautiful humans, and welcome to our 6 movement session for the Intuitive Weight Loss course. Or if you're just doing this aside from that, welcome to our Kundalini inspired morning flow. The first thing I'm going to address is the getup that I'm wearing. So you probably have noticed that I have a wrap around my head. This is all part of the theory of Kundalini. So part of when I started learning about spirituality and yoga, breathwork and Kundalini was a big part of this practice, as it helped to kind of reset myself. So it was a way for me to manage my anxiety and reset my body, but also like help me meditate way better. So the head wrap is part of that theory. So when I started this program, I started developing this actually at the beginning when COVID shut down. I did a 40-day Kundalini practice where I did a certain Kriya for 40 days. And in that, like, they're always wearing head wraps or always wearing white. So I was like, well, listen, I'm going to research this and see why. And I guess the color white helps to reflect light as much as possible. So when you're doing the Kundalini, the idea is that we're moving the natural flow of energy in your body. So there's your 7 chakras, right? Starting from your root and going all the way up to above your crown. We all have energy that kind of goes, it's like a donut type shape, right? So it like comes up through your chakras and circles around your body. And the movement stuff that we're doing helps with the physical piece of this. So the synovial fluid as nectar, right? And getting that to move around, but also focused breath work and meditation will help to increase the energetic capacity of that. So this is not quite a regular movement session. It's not like a workout, but this is a practice that you should incorporate into your day. And it's actually kind of funny that I'm doing it today because this, it's now September, the end of September. And when I originally did this course, when I ran the live version of it, it was in June. And I've just been re-filming the workout videos because the space I was in my apartment was not very conducive to space, and the quality of the video wasn't that great. So anywho, now it's September and I've totally fallen off the wagon over the summer with everything. I've been traveling all over the place, been kind of like a bit of a vagrant, like I'm cat condo sitting here. As you see, my cat friend is here. So I've been at my friend's house here looking after her cat, and I've been at home, I've been traveling, been outside as much as possible. And it's totally like thrown my, I haven't been doing Kundalini at all. I haven't been doing any of this yoga. I haven't been doing yoga, but I haven't been doing the breath work. And I've been feeling it. Like, I'm feeling really anxious. Yesterday was a rough day mentally for me. So I was already going to get back onto my my routine with doing this in the morning. And coincidentally, I needed to refilm this last segment of this workout for this course so that I can get it listed on Mastermind. So anyways, that's enough of a preamble. This version, I'm going to make 2 versions of this workout or this flow. This one is me explaining everything. So I'm explaining how to do the postures, how to do the breath work, a little bit of the theory behind it. And then I'm going to, once I film this one, I'm going to refilm it with no talking. So just me doing the breath work, so that, and the postures, so that way you can use that to guide yourself. I also am not putting music on again, like all the other workout videos. I did have some music made, but I'm not, like, you know, the thing when you're starting your own business and you have to wear all the hats. Like, I'm not like a tech hat person. Like, I'm having a hard time. So one of my pet peeves with YouTube videos is poor sound quality for music. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to link you in the comments on both this one and the just the flow version of my Kundalini. I made a Kundalini things playlist here on YouTube. So I will link that. I use for different breath work depending on what I'm feeling. And then once I figure out how to actually get the music that I had made timed with this properly, we'll do that. But for now, it's a work in progress, folks. This is a DIY adventure. So, okay, so explain the outfit, explain the energy. Essentially, what I want you to think about when we're doing this, I'm going to start with a little bit of a yoga flow to kind of get your body moving and get the energy flowing in your body. Actually, no, the first one we're going to start with is chanting. So like chanting to pull the energy up your chakras. If you feel weird chanting, That's normal. We've been conditioned to think that these things are weird. So just try to get over that. The chanting is important because it helps to bring awareness into your body and helps to kind of ground yourself. So we're going to do a scale. I haven't, like, this is the first words I've talked at all today too. So we'll see. We're going to do a scale thinking about moving up your chakras. Okay. To start, we're going to tune in that way. We're going to do a bit of yoga. And then the breath that we're going to be doing is like it's an abdominal pump. Okay. So when we get into doing breath of fire, I didn't name it. You want to be, there's like toys on the floor. You want to be thinking of breathing like you're powering your body. Okay. So we're doing a breath and you're squeezing your abs. So you're not chest breathing. Is your I'm breathing through my nose, okay? Okay, it took me a long time to be able to do that. I actually have a background of being a wind musician as well. My mom was a band teacher. I played the French horn and the trumpet. So I have like the ability to control my diaphragm in that way. If you don't, it's going to be weird and you're going to need to practice that, okay? So don't worry about it. If you have a hard time keeping up with the pace of how I'm breathing, just go slower, okay? And if you need to take a second, take a second. That breath of fire, and then, so we're gonna do some different postures, and then there's gonna be some hold moments, okay? So when we're gonna do like a breath, and then you're gonna squeeze your body, and when you're squeezing your body, I want you to think like you're trying to make yourself as compact as possible, okay? So our neutral form, actually, so you're gonna tuck. When I say root lock, it's like you're pulling your root lock. So you want to pull your root in. It's the same thing as a neutral, right? So pull your root in and then body as tight as possible. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then I'll give you cues. Like really reflective. I feel like I'm a ghost. I wish I had like white pants, but I don't really have white pants. So that would have been cool if I was like completely white. Anyways, yeah, the head wrap isn't necessary, but I'm super skeptical, like a very skeptical type of human. So I didn't wear the head wrap for about 1.5 years when I was doing it. And now since I researched it and started trying it myself, it feels like it traps the energy. I feel more powerful. I feel like I get more of a meditative advantage and I feel more powerful. Maybe it's placebo, but placebo is a real thing. So like whatever you believe is true. So, okay. So we're going to get started. If you've got music, get that going now. And otherwise we're going to get on the mat. I'm going to get everything is timed as well with Kundalini. It's usually about 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. Some things we're going to be doing for 3 minutes as well. Okay. So that's what my job is here. So, and if you probably are going to want a pillow, okay? Especially because some of the ab stuff is brutal that we're going to be doing. Move this up here. All right. So, actually, I'm going to flip my mat over to you. This is I keep forgetting to bring my nice mat over here. This is my mat that I use like outside when all the gyms were closed. So it's a little dirty. Okay, folks, let's get on the ground. We're going to start with some cat-cow. But cat-cow with a different purpose, okay? So we're trying to get the energy flowing, and you're going to be breathing the diaphragmatic breath with every single rep, okay? So let's get started. Reset. Okay, here we go. Cat-cow, folks. Oh, shoot, no. We got to tune in first. Oh, my God. It's really been a minute since I did this, folks, okay? So I'm going to sit on a pillow because I find it more comfortable to sit like so. And you can sit like this, you can sit like this, you can sit like this, like whatever, however cross-legged, you can sit like this if you want. Okay, I just naturally find this to be the most comfortable one. Okay, we're gonna breathe in. When you exhale, you're gonna make your body as heavy as possible. You're gonna bring your hands to your heart, so your thumbs are together and touching your heart, and then your hands are in prayer pose. We're going to tune in with the chant, focusing on each of our chakras, moving up the base towards the crown, okay? Moving up to the sacral. Solar plexus. Heart. Throat. Brow. Crown above your head. And then your connection through the whole system, connecting yourself to the universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it. Okay, bring your hands down. We're going to lean forward. Hello there, Mr. Legs. Lean forward, stretch your arms out. Rock from side to side. Up, we'll do a little bit of neck circles. The other way. All right, and now we're going to do our cat-cow for a minute and a half. Starting out, okay? So we're going to do this faster. Inhale up, exhale down. Exhale with force. The exhale should be just as powerful as the inhale. Dude. Remember, we're trying to get the energy flowing. So be loose with your movement. Don't be forcing it. Use your breath to power it. Okay, so now on your inhale, you're going to come up and inhale as much as you can and squeeze and hold it. Make your body as contracted and short as possible. Squeeze everything. Squeeze your jaw, squeeze your bum, squeeze your abs, stick your chest out. Exhale. Hold the exhale. Inhale down into child's pose. Forehead to the ground. Index finger and thumb touching to make a triangle. Stretch your arms out. Inhale. Exhale, melt. Let your hips relax. Let your quads relax. Breathe into the space behind your heart and then relax those muscles. Okay. We're gonna roll over on our backs and do just a little bit of low back mobility and hip mobility. This is not Kundalini, this is yoga. Like these shorts are really itchy. I got a bunch of burrs stuck to me last week. Anyways, okay, let's roll around a little bit. Do our either hands behind your knees, roll around, or I feel like I need to do a happy baby. So, okay, kind of roll from side to side, open up your hips. Put your hands in cactus and twist from side to side. Open up that side body. Okay, so now we're going to get into some breath of fire. This one, there's a lot of ab stuff in Kundalini as well. A lot of it's really uncomfortable, and it's a big barrier for people because you have to hold really uncomfortable positions for long periods of time, and it's a totally like mind over matter type of thing. Now, I found it it was off-putting at the beginning when the first teacher that I was learning Kundalini through didn't speak to how uncomfortable it is and was just like, if you want God to love you, you need to do this, and it's like just the way it is. But it was so hard for me to do it. Like some of the postures, you have to keep your arms up in the air. This next one is like a hollow hold, essentially. So you're holding your abs while you're doing the breath. So my advice to you with this is like, one, whatever you focus on grows. So if you think about how much it hurts or how much it sucks or how uncomfortable it is, that's the experience that you're going to have. So I encourage you to you're going to have those thoughts. It's going to happen. But I encourage you not to pay attention to them and rather bring yourself back to your breath. It's only 1.5 minutes. Actually, some of the harder ones I'm only going to do for 1 minute. And there is one that's 3 minutes, but it's not quite as taxing. Anyways, what I'm saying though is like, focus on trying to go inside the exercise. So you're thinking about yourself as a meat robot. You are stardust in this meat robot. And all you have to think about is breathe, 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 and then hold the posture. Okay? Don't think about the pain response, because if you pay attention to it, it's going to get bigger. Okay? So that's my advice as far as this goes. Mind over matter. If you have a hard time with the breath of fire and you're feeling lightheaded, that's normal to feel a little bit lightheaded. If you do feel worried, remember that the mind has a big role in our anxiety. So the physical actions that you're doing can replicate kind of a panic attack if you're not using your diaphragm properly. So again, it's a mind over matter thing. Nothing that we're doing here is damaging. It's actually going to increase your vitality and your energy. So you don't need to be worried about that. But if you do have a hard time, if you're new to this and you've never done the breath of fire, just do long, slow breathing. Oh, also as a note, if you are a anatomically female human with a uterus that is menstruating, if you're on the first 1 or 2 or even 3 days, depending on what your cycle is like, don't do breath of fire. Just do long, slow breaths. Okay, you will pass out in that case because you're like bleeding and then you're hyper oxygenating yourself. Okay, so that's my advice. We're gonna get into it now. We're gonna do 2 postures that are for 1 minute and pretty ab heavy, and then we'll go on from there. So I'm gonna get my I think I'll use this water. Grab a drink of water if you need it. Blow your nose if you need to as well. I'm a little snuffly. It's that kind of time of year where it's getting cold. You don't want to be like blowing snot on yourself when you're doing this. Okay, so I'm going to reset my stopwatch. I'm going to ask Mr. Kitty Cat to move. Here, you like my sock? You liked it. Okay, also, I have this pillow here because the move that we're going to do right now is like a hollow hold, essentially. Okay, so the idea is that you're going to get yourself in a neutral position. Okay, so adjust your butt meat, adjust your shoulders, and then you're going to lift your legs and your upper body like you're doing a hollow hold. So you want to keep your posture in mind. It's like a plank, opposite plank. And then we're going to breathe from here. Okay. The pillow helps because when you're like, my legs are heavy. I don't know if you can see how thick these bitches are. Okay. It's hard to keep your legs up and do the breath and then not have it go into your low back. So I use the pillow because it helps to elevate my legs without having to use my muscles as much. You might even use more pillows. If you're super strong and your abs are really conditioned, you don't need the pillow, okay? Now, this one is also really hard for me to talk during because it's the breath and the ab work together is very challenging. So I'm going to give you your pointers now, okay? So with this, remember your adjustment. So you're going to adjust your shoulders down and back. You're going to come up. Your neck is going to get sore. So I want you can look up at the ceiling and relax. Try to relax your neck. And it's like you're pushing your shoulders down, like you're trying to touch your toes. When I'm doing this, I'm visualizing energy coming up my chakras and around and like through my arms and back down to my feet. And then it's coming up. Like imagine it's like a circle. Okay? So we're going to do this for 1 minute. And it's going to be amazing. And then, oh yeah, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did like with the cat-cow. So we're going to do it for a minute, and then when it's at a minute, we're going to hold it. We're going to inhale as deep as possible, and you're going to hold and squeeze that energy in your body, and then you're going to exhale, lion's breath, like stick your tongue out. Okay. Here we go. Lay flat, adjust yourself, big breath in, exhale fully. Inhale, legs and chest up, and here we go. Make sure your toes are touching also. Go inside the movement. Almost there. Okay, big breath in. Squeeze everything. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. Sit and meditate. Let your mind float. Let your body float. Stop, mister. Okay. So now you're going to bring your knees up to your chest. Hands on your shins. You're going to tuck your nose in as close as you can. But make sure you're dropping your shoulders. Okay, so you don't want to be like this. You want to be like this. Okay, neck as long as possible. And we're going to do the same thing. And cat pillow. Okay, same thing, folks. 1 minute. Here we go. Try to keep your neck soft. Keep checking yourself. Almost there. Okay, big breath in. Squeeze into a little ball. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your abs. Lay flat, relax. Feel the charge that you've created circulating through your body. Okay. That little space right there is a great opportunity for quantum creation, folks. So just sit, remember how we've done the heart breathing, okay? So in that space, channel your heart breath. Think about things that bring you joy, or just think about the joy of being able to be in your body and the realization that you are not your body, but your body is a vessel for you. Okay, now we're gonna do a little rock and roll. So hands behind your knees, up, massage your spine, stick your chest out. Try not to touch your feet to the ground. Oh dear, the cat. There's a fly by my laptop and the cat is chasing him. So if something happens, that's it. Okay, so just giving your spine a little massage, giving the energy a chance to kind of move around in your body. All right, and so coming up to seated sitting. All right, and now we're going to do our aura charge. Oh dear. Legs, you gotta get down. Okay. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen when my eyes are closed. All right, aura charge, folks. So we're gonna find, this is easy pose. I like to sit on the pillow. You can sit on a more elevated pillow. I just find it's easier for me to sit up straight with the dimensions that I have and the tightness that I have naturally. Can you see my hands? Just move it up a little bit. Okay, so this is a 3-minute breath practice with the breath of fire. And the idea is that you are, when you're doing this, I want you to visualize pulling the energy up. Let's think like you're like a plant or a volcano or something connected to the earth. And I like to think I'm like a flower, like a pretty little flower. Okay, and I'm like sucking. When I'm doing this, you're gonna have your arms up. And you can see my hand is like this. Okay, so you point your thumbs pointing to each other, and then you're gonna tuck your fingers in. It's like you're trying to touch the tip of your finger to the palm of your hand. So you want to try to get it as tight as possible, like so. Okay, so then you're gonna hold both of your hands like this, and your arms locked out. But try not to elevate your shoulders. So you want to depress and retract your shoulders so that your shoulders are stable. Okay, you don't want to feel it too much in here. You want to have that locked down and back. So remember, like all the shoulder stuff that we've been doing to move your shoulders back comes in super handy with this, because then you can lock your shoulders into place. Okay, so you're going to be sitting straight up. You're not going to hyperextend your back. You're going to have your root locked. So you're going to tuck your abs in, glutes, abs, shoulders. And then we're going to hold this position for 3 minutes. And we're going to do a breath of fire. So it's like this. For 3 minutes, which is a long time. Okay, so your arms are going to get sore. You're going to, at about a minute and a minute and a half probably, you're going to want to put your arms down. Okay, so it's mind over matter. Remember, whatever you focus on, you get more of. So if you think about how much it sucks, so you're just going to get a sucky experience. Okay, so think about when I do this, I do visualization to bring myself out of my body completely. So when I'm closing my eyes and I'm doing, the breath is like automatic for me now. So I don't really have to think about it. So you'll get to that point as well if you do this more regularly. So what I'm doing is I'm just regulating. The breath is kind of like a metronome to me. And then I'm visualizing the energy coming up from the earth, like I'm connected, or like sometimes I visualize roots coming out of my bum into the earth and then feeding energy up those roots and having it circulate. And then with your hands, you want to imagine like there's like a beam of energy going between your thumbs. So you're like pulling energy up and you're like conducting it. Okay. And then that energy, then you can go further with visualizations and imagine you're like white light and you're expanding that energy into the room you're in, the home, city, and so on. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to talk too much while we're doing it, because I find when I've done videos with people, when they're talking during it, it's distracting for me, or I find myself just listening for when they're going to say whatever they're going to say, because then I know it's almost done or I have a guide. Okay, so I don't want you to think about how long it's going to take or how long we have left. I want you just to focus on visualizing yourself pulling energy up from the earth and having it circulate around your body. All right, 3 minutes. You're going to lock yourself into your root lock, and we're going to start. Okay, so root lock, hips forward, abs retracted. Depress and retract. Actually, lift your arms up first. Tuck your fingers in. Point your thumbs towards each other. And then depress and retract your shoulders. Okay, here we go. You're in your locked position. We're going to do a big inhale. And then breath of fire. Cat hair. Remember, it's mind over matter, folks. Your arms get tired, just think about your breath. Visualize that energy coming up your root and connecting your thumbs. Correct your shoulders, correct your abs, correct your glutes. Imagine that white light surrounding you. Almost there. Okay, big inhale. Stretch your arms up, touch your thumbs together and stretch your fingers up. Pull up, reach up. Exhale, inhale as much as you can. Inhale a little more. Squeeze, hold your breath. Exhale slowly. Hands in Gyan Mudra, index finger to thumb. Rest them on your knees. Meditate. Let the tension exit your body. Sit in this floaty, lovely space that we've created. Okay. It's always, I just love hanging out when I do this myself. I sit in that space for so long. So it's a beautiful space to just feel your connection to your own energy and source. And then also, as I mentioned, quantum creation. So putting in any thoughts of what you'd like to invite into your life in that space is also really useful. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is a series of movements to work on our spinal flexibility. So it's a few different postures and a kind of a weird spinal movement. So you're going to stay seated where you are. I'm going to just turn sideways so that I can show you guys what it looks like. This is what it looks like from the front. So you're going to be sitting front ways. Sorry. You're going to be I get really spacey when I do this stuff too. It's hard to explain it because I'm just like in another world almost. Okay, so you're gonna take your hands and put them on your ankles or your shins, and you're gonna round your back when you exhale, and you're gonna inhale forward and stick your chest out. Okay, so what that looks like, I'm gonna show you from the side so you get kind of a visual there. Here's my other kitty friend. Hello, Alaska. How are you? Cats and yoga. Okay, Kundalini kitties. All right, so this is what it looks like, okay? So you're gonna go okay, and I'm like using, it's the same ab pump. So I'm inhaling, I'm loosening my abs, let my diaphragm expand, and then when I come back, I'm contracting them. So it's like I'm pushing the air out of myself. I know, it's weird, huh? Okay, so we're gonna do this for a minute and a half. Here's my timer. A minute and a half, and then same deal. We're gonna, after a minute and a half, we're gonna inhale, squeeze, and we're gonna exhale, but we're gonna do that 3 times this time. So we're gonna inhale, squeeze, exhale, squeeze, exhale, and then do it a 3rd time. Okay? Here we go. Whoops. Nope. Reset. Here we go. A minute and a half, starting now. And you're breathing, I'm breathing through my nose, by the way. My mouth is closed. Okay, folks, inhale as much as you can. Squeeze, contract, make your abs tight, shoulders tight, glutes, squeeze your fists, squeeze your feet, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale. Squeeze. Everything's so tight. Lion's breath. One more time. Inhale. Feel the energy like going, like you're squeezing up your root to this, your crown. Exhale. Hands in Gyan Mudra, index finger to thumb. Sit and meditate. Soften your face, soften your jaw. Let your whole body relax into this ooey gooey space of consciousness that we've created. Okay. I could literally sit there all day. All right. Next, we're going to do a kneeling posture. If you have knee issues, you might want something that's more padded than what I've got going on here. It's going to suck. You're also going to maybe want to use a pillow. Okay. So when I first started doing this, I would kneel on a pillow, so like underneath it, And I also would put like probably 2 pillows in between my bum and my feet. Okay. I wonder if I can. Oh yeah, I can still do it. Okay. It's been, like I said at the beginning, I haven't done Kundalini for a few months. So I'm going to do the first round seated like this, but then I'm probably, there's 2 exercises in this position. So I'll probably put the pillow in for the next one. Okay. So it's the same, just different seated posture. So, and it's the same movement. So, but the way that we're sitting moves it up. So before it was more of our lower back. Now we're moving up to the mid to low back as far as our flexion. Okay. So hands on your knees, and it's the exact same thing for a minute and a half starting now. Wait, let's take a breath. All right, starting now. I'm having issues. That's better. Don't be a hero. If it's really that painful, modify. Okay, inhale forward as deeply as you can. Squeeze everything. Squeeze as hard as you can. Compress your body. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands in Gyan Mudra, index finger to thumb. Rest them on your lap and meditate. Okay, folks. We're going to stay in this kneeling position, and you're going to take your hands and you're going to put them on your shoulders like so. Okay, so my fingers are in the front, my thumb is in the back. Okay, and we're going to inhale left, exhale right. Okay, inhale, center. Squeeze everything. Exhale. All right, let's go sitting again for our meditation here, because I don't know about you guys, but my knees are not super into that stuff for a long time. Okay, so sit, easy pose, meditate in the space you've just created. Okay, I really get lost in that. Okay, couple more things to go here and then we're almost done, folks. Okay, so we're gonna stay in our easy pose, and this time we're gonna have our hands on the wide part of our leg, so as wide as they'll go. Before we did them inside, it's gonna get the lower part. When you go wider, it's more the upper back. Okay, so same thing, minute and a half, starting now. Okay, inhale forward, squeeze, retract to press everything. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Index finger to thumb, Yan Mudra. Meditate. Okay, folks, we've got one more little breath work exercise. Shavasana and our tune out. Okay, so this one, we're going to remain seated, and it's only a minute for this one because I find it hard on my shoulders. So what the movement is you're going to sit Upright, root lock, abs, shoulders. You're going to squeeze your shoulders up to your ears using your traps with the inhale. And then you're going to exhale and drop them down. So you're letting them go as heavy as possible. So squeeze up. We're going to get faster, okay? The reason I only do this one for a minute is because we don't want to overwork our traps. With all the mobility stuff, this is kind of counterintuitive to all the work that we're doing to correct our posture right now. So be mindful when you're doing this that you're not just like staying up and elevated. You have to let it go totally in every rep. So if you need to slow it down, like slower than what I'm going to do, that's a-okay. All right? So 1 minute of this starting now. Imagine the energy coming up your body too. You're like pulling it up. Okay, squeeze up. Exhale. And we're going to go right into a Shavasana for our meditation. And I want you to lay flat, corpse pose, adjust your butt meat, adjust your shoulders. Hands, palms up. And I want you to sit in the space that we've created here. Feel the energy circulating around your body. Do a body scan like we've done at the other workouts, but I'm not going to talk this time. I just want you to sit and relax your body and feel the energy moving around. If your mind wanders, just observe it. Don't get frustrated because it's legit bound to happen. It's your mind's job to survey the environment and it's never going to stop talking. Okay, so you just have to stop paying attention to it. So observe whatever thought it is and then bring yourself back to your meat robot and the energy circulating around it. Now you may be feeling antsy at this point, perhaps wondering how long we have to sit here. I used to have the hardest time with Shavasana. I'd be like, okay, let's go. But it's important to integrate the experiences that we've just introduced to your body. So what we're doing with this stillness and the silence is allowing your body to adjust to the energetic movement that just happened. So just pay attention to it. Try to not be mindful of those thoughts. Those are just like the consumer, fast-paced, go, 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 rat race type of thoughts, right? We need to be more still. All right. Now it's 3 minutes of that. So let's circle your hands and your feet. Give yourself a stretch. All right. Slowly bring yourself up to sitting, sighting. And we're going to tune out. So we always open the Kundalini practice with tuning in. And then we seal the practice by tuning out. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm going to sing. You guys can sing along with me. We're going to sing May the Longtime Sun. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. All right. So we're going to sit in our seated easy pose. Big inhale. Exhale, make your shoulders heavy. Bring your hands to heart prayer pose. So thumbs touching your heart, hands together. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam. Hope you enjoyed this practice. I'm going to record another version of just the breath practices and the postures without me talking in between. So the actual practice only takes about 20 minutes, but this whole video was an hour with all the talking. So I am unlikely to get that done today based on some other things I have going on, but I'll do that tomorrow. Anyways, you're not watching this live anyways. I don't know why I over-explained. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.